Some addictions look normal until you pay attention. Some people are addicted to being chosen. Some people are addicted to almost love. Some people are addicted to trying to prove their worth. Some people are fearing abandonment and disguising it as loyalty. Some people are addicted to feeling and being needed. Some people thinking that some things are deep when in reality is just an attachment. Sometimes addictions are patterns. Some people are addicted to validation because they never learned self-worth. Some people are addicted to chaos because peace feels unfamiliar. Some people are just addicted to abandonment cycles because inconsistency can become chemically addictive emotionally. Validation addictions makes people abandon themselves for acceptance. And emotional addiction can look like obsession. And attention addictions creates performative behaviors because they have to perform a certain way just to obtain it, to fill that void within themselves. Some people are addicted to fixing broken people because they don't have balance within their empathy for themselves, compassion for themselves, and others. And that chaos addiction will keep people in survival mode because you have to keep dodging. Nothing is flow. Everything is just survival tactics. So you got to manipulate. You got to try to move this variable. It's not aligned. So whenever there's misalignment, that means it's going to keep pushing you back to alignment, forcing you to go back. And if you keep resisting, it's going to create chaos because you're not in the alignment that you need to be within yourself and for yourself. And some people are addicted to struggle because it gives them some sense of identity. And trauma can make unhealthy patterns feel normal. And some people are addicted to being chosen over being respected. Because some of these addictions have you fearing to be alone because you feel like you need that external validation or to accept certain things just to get that sense of validation, to fill that void within themselves or yourself so that you can feel whole. Some people are addicted to emotional roller coasters because addictions can have you stand in places that is making you suffer. And all of this stuff looks so normalized. But if you really zone in and pay attention and, look into your awareness, you're going to see it clear as day. Most of these things are illusions. We don't need these things to be whole because we have that within ourselves. So when we have that within ourselves, we don't look for it in other people. We see that's going to bring addition to us versus what's going to subtract from us to try to think that we are getting whole from accepting these treatments. And some people are addicted to toxic patterns because it's more predictable. When you're used to chaos and your trauma or those type of toxic patterns are normalized, peace can look unfamiliar, and it also brings a lot of uncertainty. So pay attention to what you crave emotionally. Learn to sit in calmness and being still because that's how you're able to see more because you're more grounded. It's easier to spot the illusion that way and stand in your truth because you'll have time to settle to see the truth and know how to maneuver in that truth. You got to watch your emotional habits. What are you feeding to? What satisfies you? You got to stop romanticizing dysfunction. Just because it looks normal doesn't mean that it's good for you. Learn how to decipher the difference between attention and love. Attention usually feeds the ego, so it's a quick fix. Love is withstanding. It usually requires work to keep. And it doesn't benefit inconvenience. You got to learn how to practice your peace intentionally. Because when it's intentional, it'll help you filter and sift out the bullshit. And stop chasing emotional highs. Things shouldn't be inconsistent where it feels good one moment and then it's a drastic like day and night in the next moment. That's like emotional whiplash. And when you don't have it within yourself, you're going to harp and want to stay in the emotional high when it's good versus when it's bad. Because you're always going to be looking to crave that moment again. And don't confuse being needed with being loved. Choose reality over potential. And always choose peace even when it doesn't feel familiar. Because in order to break a pattern, you have to make it feel familiar. And pay attention to your attachment habits. Build your discipline emotionally. Don't let pain become your identity. Be easy.